Hello friends and hello community. So another video, as we promise, every week there's a new video. I'm not sure if I should repeat that every time, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it regardless. Makes me feel better. So today the discussion is gonna be about what happened. You choose a roommate, they do the comparability questionnaire, the quiz, they answer it, you look at it. You could use our app to use it, or through a phone, or through an interview, person to person, or on Zoom, or regardless where it is. So you came in contact with your roommate and to your future roommate before you become a roommate, and you find that the comparability toward lifestyle, toward habits, nearly matching. Nothing is 100%. It's always between 60 and up. It's a good number. And then they move in. She, he, whatever the gender, or whatever their pattern belief is, whatever the race, whatever their religion. So you move in, and the first few months, everything fine and dandy. You're happy, and you're happy about the lifestyle both choose, and things all of a sudden start to shift. Goes from good to not bad, from not bad to not good to worse. What do you do in that case? A lot of time when you have a roommate, there's one thing is you have to think about is you're gonna be living that person for a while. So they sign for a year, only if you put conditions on a lease, especially if you are the main leaseholder or you are the property owner. Now, it divides into two. If you're just an investment, you own a home and you invest into renting rooms, then that's a different topic. Then it's not your business pretty much. It's not your concern what the other person's doing. Is concern if all the roommates are living together. Then we're gonna, later in the video, I'll discuss what you should do to be able to overcome those changes in the lifestyle. But let's suppose you have a room and then you find a roommate to move in, and you predict, and through the interview you had with them, they have a particular lifestyle, it matches yours, and things start to change. What do you do? How do you deal with it? That's a good question. Do you kick them out? Do you break the lease? Now, if there's a clause in the lease saying that if they break 1, 2, 3 or ABC, then you give them a warning, 1 warning, 2 warning, 3 warning, then they're out. Then it becomes legit. But let's suppose you don't have that clause. You're stuck with them, right? So what do you do? Unfortunately, you have to get closer to them. You have to find out why that changes. Especially if they weren't like this, and they changed. Let's suppose they were living with their parents and now they're going to university. All of a sudden, that's the first year. I call it a freedom year. There's no parent guidance, there's no parent watching over their mind, so they got free as the birds, and that's their time to take advantage of and party and have a good time. Now, who's gonna pay the price? You, the other roommate, who are committed to be able to achieve your goals, committed to get to the next level of life. You're gonna pay the price on it, because it's gonna disturb the living space. So the first thing, my recommendation is to be able to talk to that person. Really, talk to them from an empathy. Listen to them exactly. What is it? Let's just suppose if they're first year out of home and they wanna party type of thing, get drunk, use recreation drugs, fall on the floor, wake up puking all over themselves, then you gotta have a talk with them that the agreement the agreement you agreed on between each other, that they have to honor it. They have to honor it, and you're gonna express your concern and understand where they're coming from too, and then you have to set the boundaries. The boundaries is then they cannot have that lifestyle in a place where you're living. That's one of the first boundary shouldn't be crossed from both sides. Reason why? Because they're disturbing, right now you're disturbing the environment, and by disturbing the environment, somebody's gonna pay the price. Could be you, or could be the roommate. Another thing is, if they're not doing it because that's the first year out of their parents' home, their experience of living with roommates, and they're not usually, especially if you did a little background check on them, ask previous roommates how their behaviors are, then you could discover by having that empathy and a caring conversation what's going on. See, probably they are hurting emotionally, or they're having a rough time, or something is going on there. So the moment I think you'll be able to talk to them and you connect with them, they're gonna feel that you care, and they're gonna take into consideration the way they're acting, and they will change. I can promise you, they will change. Now, if you find that they are hanging around with the wrong crowd, outside, of course, the living space, friends from work or friends they met in a club or in a lounge or in a restaurant or in a cafe, and they're shifting the word toward a bad habit, and you find it's overwhelming, you can't deal with it, you can't do nothing about it, you don't have the capacity and the capability to be able to solve the problem or help them, you have to sit down and have that serious conversation and let them know in a nice way, no argument, no yelling, no screaming. Say to them, listen, when you moved in, the agreement was your lifestyle is ABC. I understand sometimes changes, but right now you're shifting between day and night, or night and day. And set the boundaries by literally saying to them that you're gonna give it a month or a month and a bit, things has to change, or we have to go separate way in a legal way. So this way they don't have to sue you, you don't have to sue them, and make sure that all the bills are up to date. Now, another topic is, let's suppose your roommate at the first, when they moved in, they were paying their dues on the right timing, or sometimes they're a few days behind. That usually happens. It's not a big deal as long they're paying, right? They're not behind, they're not arrear on their dues. And then all of a sudden you find there's a shift. All of a sudden their share of the rent is not being paid for a month and going into second months. All of a sudden you find that the grocery list, it's you're putting all the fund from your bank. A lot of stuff you find there's the changes. That's when you have to put your foot down, and that's something. It's if you let it go, it's gonna go deep into the rabbit hole. You never know where you're gonna end up, and that looks pretty bad sign. That's something you really have to put your foot down. Another thing too is the color of the place. Two people living in there, your own room, you gotta choose your own. Their room, they could choose their own, but then there's a share space. That's right from the beginning when you sign the agreement. You gotta let them know, are they paying for the room they're living in, or they're paying the room and share space in the living in what they call it, the family area. That's where the TV area, that's where the kitchen. Now if they're sharing that, I mean they have an input on which color should be the walls be painted, the color of the living room, the loft sofa or the sofa bed, whatever is in there, they have a saying on it. So that's something you have to make sure to run it by them right from the beginning before they sign the lease. So you have to clear it. So this way there will be no dispute after. And another thing is the food habits, the lifestyle. Are you health conscious, or you don't care? Do you like having, because this is one thing is a lot of roommates, they say it's okay, but then they find it becomes a challenge. If you like to live a healthy lifestyle, I mean from activity to food habits, all the stuff, and all of a sudden somebody's bringing in unhealthy stuff around, that's their business. But then the environment around is going to affect you, because all of a sudden we're human, sometimes from food we could become a little bit weak, just be careful with that. Make sure to keep your eye open right from the beginning, address it, and make it clear. And for sports or lifestyle outside and inside the house, discuss all this. These are really important. If you don't discuss it, you're gonna be surprised when they walk in and they sign the lease and they give you the first and the last month, because legally they're gonna move in. You can't control somebody's habit, but you could discover what their habits are, and that's really, really, really important. And another thing, find out, do they have a car? Let's suppose they're moving in. There's a space for a car, but only one car, and you decide to cut a car. So all this, put it in your agenda to discuss it, because a lot of people, a lot of roommates, they don't have a car currently, but their roommate have one. Great. Sometimes they could help you for the grocery, going places. You become kind of a lifestyle companion. And then a year down the road or a few months down the road, you decide to get a car. There's only one parking space. What do you do? So discuss that as well. That's really family. When family comes in, what's the arrangement? Boyfriend, girlfriend. What's the arrangement on that? So clear all this right from the beginning. Discuss it. Don't be shy about it, because discuss it and put it on paper. And whatever they agreed on and they don't agree on, let them initial it. And that's in our app, iROOMit. If you didn't download it, you should download it. We have all this comparability questionnaire. That's what made it easier for you. So this way you don't have to, you could interview them within the app. So when you talk to them, if they fill out the quiz, you could literally discover who they are, what's the potential of living with them is, what's the lifestyle they prefer to build their life habit around. So that gives you a peace of mind. So yeah, take care of that one. That one, it's really, really important. Are they sloppy at home? Are they not sloppy at home? They dress well, they don't dress well. They whatever is in your, whatever concern in your mind, write it down, and you're gonna find it in our app. Definitely in our app. Literally, we talk like there's two quiz. There's the one questionnaire where they could fill out and check mark, and the other one they could answer. But pretty much those two could make your life much easier. And the prediction, it's almost accurate, not 100%, but almost accurate. So if you didn't download the app, if you're looking for a roommate, or you're looking for a room to rent, or you have a room you want to list, so iROOMit is iROOMit. You can download it from Google Play or Apple Store and begin that beautiful journey. We're building community, a verified community, a beautiful community. You'll be able to connect with each other across North America, coast to coast. Even if you want to experience your lifestyle in Canada or somewhere else in North America, our app gives you that privilege to be able to discover and to be able to meet other members to help you move forward on your next journey. So the next video, have a great day.